Okay, so no, you're good. So at the end of last week, you are in Mama Lasaga's hut. Etherdwe has helpfully aided her in travelling to the outskirts of Vallaki and retrieving Jenny Greenteeth, that you know is as the water, what you suspected was the water fae. The Laura Stoneheart, the mountain fae, is gravely injured, having been suspended for a number of hundreds of years over a bath, being gradually bled. And you healed her a little, but she remains gravely injured. You have retrieved the blue fae gem from underneath the hut, but have also lost the green fae gem.
What?
Yeah, which currently is with Mama Lasaga in the bath of blood, where she is graduate Baba. But you call her Mama because you were friends after pancakes, because you're easily bribed. It's regenerating in the blood. Outside, parked outside, is a giant skull that she has been seen to fly around in, and Antoinette, who was bolting away from the screams emanating from the floor of the hut, although she has saved at the end of her last turn. Goddo, would you like to describe how you've managed to free yourself from the imprisoning cage that you're put in on the outside, and then we will come in at the top of the round of combat with Etherdwe at the top.
While the hut is walking along, Goddo casts a focus spell along two nearby trees, and then takes a shot with the crossbow to swing the cage out and get stuck in the web, and then pulled off from the thing and floats from there.
Okay. So Goddo's found Antoinette, as breathless as a construct can be, about 50 foot, 45 foot
Yeah, you
outside.
probably see her just running and then she stops and starts running back.
Yeah. About 45 foot outside. We are at the top of the order. So, Etherdwe, you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, they're young.
They look good.
Good. That's what they both got.
Want some chocolate fingers, Emma?
Always. Sounds good.
But the low
They're real
DC
fingers. We took them off a small child.
Yeah.
Excellent. They are very appropriate.
Yes.
Hag food.
Constitution save.
Constitution save.
Excellent.
Under the table.
8.
So it's 20 poison damage.
Ooh!
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
What a way to start the night.
DM, you want another chocolate finger?
I need a lot of chocolate fingers to
Maybe,
make an
maybe,
H
it's,
doing
maybe it's the dice we should be giving to an offering for the ice column.
on the farm.
Etherdwe, you're up.
Alright. So, that's right, I'm hiding under the table, aren't I? And there's the poison cloud.
She's over here.
Ah.
So that's Harleen. That's the water fae. Vash is going to vanish in a minute.
Does that make any sense?
It's like our word killed them. So how big is this room?
No, you can't kill a PC when they're not here. That's not okay. We don't do that.
70 foot per 7 foot.
30 foot by 7 feet. That's pretty clever. Okay.
It's 5 foot grid. You can see the squares.
There we go now. Can I get out of that cloud with my 25 feet movement speed? I guess I'll be at will I be disadvantaged because I'm under the table, or am I just standing a regular height under that?
No, you can. I'll let you.
So,
You would, yeah. This, yeah. That's fine. Go on.
did I have to do like sprints or whatever?
No, you don't need to. You just walked out from under the table.
Okay. No, I'm there. You have a short bow.
Mm-hmm.
I might try a short bow.
Do you have a high combat bow?
And like haven't been using my short bow very much, so it stands to reason I only rolled a 14.
Unfortunately, that pings straight past the side of her head and embeds itself in the wall at the end of the bath.
It's to be expected. Alright, can I use like an extra thing to disengage or something like that?
You don't need to disengage because you're not in
Yeah.
combat.
Dodge.
Yeah, you got a spare.
You can.
But I use that when that's not my turn, like as a reaction thing?
No, so dodge means you'll be harder to hit. It means people get disadvantage on attacks against you.
Oh,
And
okay.
as a rogue, you can do that as a bonus.
So I'm just gonna dodge. So does that mean I'm just like moving around like this?
It's kind of like
You're
I don't know what
ready.
you're doing, it's like you get ready to,
Yeah, it's that kind of ready for an incoming attack. So it's
Right.
a defensive posture. So anything that comes at you, you're ready to move. So you're harder to hit.
So
Effectively.
disadvantage on attacks.
Yes.
against you, so you're harder to hit. Which is good.
Alright, sounds good.
Okay. So Vash vanishes. There we go. That sorts that problem out. There we go.
Very creative of you.
No. Well, you might have to go and rescue him at some point. It may or may not be in the same place as Quinny.
They're just fighting over the book in the greater theory of
In the greater theory of things. Harley,
Zephyr, but he's
Constitution save.
How'd you pass it?
In that time,
This is against the spell.
Yes, it would be. Excellent.
Which won't be enough. 30.
So that's 18 poison
You
damage.
said 30. Won't be enough. 30.
What's your movement speed?
That's 18 poison damage.
Why do I have a quite a big exhaustion?
Did you fail this earlier?
No. I don't think you've got point of exhaustion. I don't think you've got point of exhaustion.
We were dealing with exhaustion.
Because you had a long
the
rest.
session before last.
Yeah,
but
and you
we've
had a long
Yeah.
rest.
we've
So
had
I think
a
you've
long
probably
rest.
not cleared it.
Probably. In my turn?
Yeah.
Where is she?
In the back.
I'm gonna charge at her and as far as I can. I'm
Mhm.
30.
Yep.
Oh, you take that out there. Oh, good.
Oh, no. Oh, wait, no, this is my wrong character. Lol.
I was going to say, that makes more sense. Because I didn't think you'd had... Yeah, don't damage that character. That would be... That will confuse you when you come to your Thursday.
I do one smite on them and win.
At level 20,000.
I take one shot at a plus 15 attack bonus. 78 or whatever ridiculous smite there is.
We had to, enemy had like 900 HP. But
Well, my constitution is plus 6.
Ooh, what's
So
this
it's
like?
like 17.
Oh, in that case, take half of that. So 9.
That's right, I still have haste on me as well, so I actually have 60 feet of movement.
Yep.
How long does haste last for? Or is because he
however
gone?
that was a potion, wasn't it?
No,
Or was
it
it scroll?
was dash.
You can have it to the end of this turn. Because Vash cast haste and you didn't know he wasn't going to be here, so I'll let that hold.
Sweet.
Oh.
Cool. Well then, I'm gonna get right up to the witch and...
In the bath or beside the bath?
On this side of the bath.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna get in.
Okay. Just
But I have,
asking.
I have a spear, so I can pokey.
Poke her in the bath. Okay. Yeah, go for it.
So 16 on the dice with a plus 8.
Hits.
What does the spear do? in general?
If
Like
I
a 1 in 10?
think it's drained.
a D8. That was a 6, 7, 11 piercing damage.
Okay.
Spears are unbelievable.
I'm just checking if I've got multiple attacks.
You should do.
You should do if you're hasted.
Well, and you're a level
And you're a-
fighter anyway, so you should have.
So you should have
Three
3.
because
Is
I'm
it 4?
hasted.
Or is it just
No,
one
it's
extra?
3 because I'm hasted.
One.
That's what it was last time.
Who hasted you? Was it?
Bash,
Okay.
which I'm letting Tara
So that's a 15 on the die.
hit.
That's a 7. 12 damage.
Okay.
And then 19 on the die. Which is a 12.
Yep.
Yes. That hits a crit hit.
Nice.
So that's 8, 23 damage.
Good stuff. Okay. Are you good?
Yes.
Okay. So it's her go. She is going to, before her go, she's going to take a legendary action and teleport back to
If I
her.
was raging and succeeded a throw, do I take half of the half damage?
Are you resistant to poison? So,
No.
no,
Not with one level of barbarian.
no.
Only for bludgeoning, slashing.
It's, yeah, unless you've got resistance to poison from something else.
With teleport,
But
can
I
they
don't think you
go,
have-
like, to a place they can see, or can it be like
So she's going to a place that she knows. So she is returning to her aerial assault vehicle.
Aerial assault vehicle.
Aerial
I like
assault
that.
vehicle. As a legendary action and as an action, you see the skull. So Godot and Antoinette would see the skull start to lift off up into the air. So she's now hovering. Yep.
I still have one more hit because of my Great Weapon Master.
Okay. Go for it.
Critical.
Yep.
That's a natural 20.
Nice.
Nice.
So 13, 24 damage.
Sweet. Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. So as you stab into her and then stab into her again, and she starts bleeding and her blood's sort of mixing with all this blood in the bath, she sort of goes, "You will all die in here," and disappears out. On her turn, the skull starts to hover and is now hovering about 60 foot up in the air.
Oh no.
I think if we look up at this wall,
Hmm.
is there gaps, or is it just solid?
So she's kind of sitting on what would be like the back of the pallet. So like so you can see her sort of in through the eye socket. So she's kind of sitting up into the.
3/4 cover.
You'll be 3/4 cover. Okay. On her turn.
I need to get up there.
On her turn, the
Can you fly? No. I am a human fighter barbarian. There is no such thing as fly or magic.
her cloud kill also expands by 10 feet. So for some reason it
Goodbye.
will not currently let me adjust it, but whatever. So that would now be out here. So I'll just draw a circle over the top of it. It's probably
Does that
the
mean
easiest.
Ethelred's back in it?
Yeah.
Oh no. Poor ethically.
Am I back in that too?
So it's just moving.
Poor ethically.
Not the kids.
Not the
I
kids.
knew I knew what I was going to do when I
So
started.
20. So that would be expanded. So it's now 30. So there we go. That's better.
Goodness.
Is this a single story building?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any windows?
There are. They are all currently closed. So
Yeah.
so let me just move that. There we go. That's about right. There you go. So that's your current cloud
Oh
kill,
my god.
and that will expand again. That will expand again at the end of her next turn.
Is that the one in the bottom?
That one, I think.
Okay, so
The water thing.
No, that's the water fade. So that's the mountain fade. That's the water gem, and that's the spiritual weapon.
okay, so let's just see where they are sitting in the order.
So who's that in the bottom?
That's a spiritual weapon.
That's Malachi's spiritual weapon. Okay, so it is. Let's have a look. Blah, blah, blah. Godda, you're up.
Can I see the mountain fae? Or I can see two very injured fae-looking things inside.
So you can see from where you are, you would be able to see this very injured, fey-looking thing over there. Yep.
When you say that they're injured and they're close to death, would like a healing spell be beneficial to them? Does it seem like, or is this more like
Yeah. So these guys
Long
healed
term.
her some. Yeah,
Can I see
but
six-
she was near death, like
On the brink.
1 to 2 hit points, where she has been suspended for a number of centuries at consistently about 2 hit points.
Okay.
So she's pretty
Yeah.
meh.
How many people can I get in a 30-foot circle inside that hut?
Casting how far away from you?
It's up to 60 feet away from me.
Yeah, you could probably overlap. You could. This is now a 30-foot radius
Oh, cool.
circle,
I can
so
go
you
with-
could cast over the top of that, basically. If
Awesome.
that makes sense.
Great, I'm going to do
Yeah.
that.
Okay, so you can get everybody who's in there.
Everyone gets 15 hit points back, because
Okay.
I'll use the Staff of Healing to cast a Mass Cure.
Okay.
That's my action. And then for my bonus action, you see Goddo just starts taking out little knickknacks and attaching them all to the end of the crossbow, almost like a crossbow scope, and I'll take the shot at Bubble Asada if I can. Can I see her from where I am? Wonderful. Does a... I'm imagining an 8 isn't going to hit.
No, it just bounces off the side of this skull with a tiny chip of bone.
Good fun. Let me just check something real quick. No, can't do it on that. Anyway, action, bonus action. Can I move? You said there's windows on this hut?
Yeah.
Can I? Are there any on the front wall? And can I move to it and object interaction open it?
Yep, so there's a window on this side, and there's then a window around the side. You saw that there was a sort of window here. You couldn't really see through it because you were in a cage at the time, but there was a window over here as well.
I don't think I'll have the speed to get to there.
No,
What's
there's one
this,
here.
by the way, that token?
Which one? This one?
No, over up here near the skull.
This one?
No, the other one near the skull.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
That's the guy in the other cage.
Oh, cool. I think I'll probably just open this window then. I don't think I'll get to anything else with 30 for the speed.
That
And
window.
then- yeah.
Yep.
And then probably just pull back 5-10 feet as I have the speed to.
Okay, so you've opened that window. So there's now a window open there.
Hope there's some
And that's it.
Kill gas getting out.
Okay.
That's the best I can do, I think.
Okay, so it is the water phase turn. So she is going to take damage.
It's like sounds.
No.
So she's really grateful that Ethel was brought her to play.
If you really don't want them.
So she saved. So that's okay.
I got flooded warheads the other day. I was very, very slowly, very disappointed.
Yeah,
No
they're
good.
not as sour as they used to be.
No sourness at all. I had like 10 in my mouth at once, and it was like a little bit of sour for like 2 seconds. I remember when
and she seems to sink out of this plane.
Huh?
Is that the water phase?
Huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Does it look
don't
like
know.
she
Yeah,
just
can I-
died? Or
No,
like,
it looks like she's
retreat.
went
Can I?
very hazy and then vanished, almost like she faded into the background.
Can I make an Arcana check or something to see if I
Yep.
recognize?
can I do the same thing?
Yeah, I probably won't succeed. 16.
You
28.
okay? You would think that this looks like somebody who's moving either between planes or potentially has gone into an ethereal plane. So you think that she's probably still there, but is trying to get out of the immediate damaging
Right.
effect. So you think that she's probably ethereal at the minute. So we shall. I will put some random status effect on her, and well, let's go for a downward arrow. She's not weakened, but she's like down and not quite there.
Down a level.
The chap on the outside largely rattles his cage. Antoinette, it's your turn,
Okay.
and then Malachi, you're up.
Can I summon my Hound of Ill Omen in the skull next to Bubble Saga?
Ooh, you can.
It'd be hard to drive them at the skull though.
Big wolf.
Okay. What's your Hound of Ill Omen look like?
My Hound of Ill Omen
Yep.
currently looks like not a hound but a werewolf,
Okay.
and it's got some shadowy strings attached to the top of it, like I'm puppeting it.
Okay. So consider them there. Yep,
Yep.
that's fine.
And then this is probably not going to work, but I'm going to cast Phantasmal Force on Bubble Saga, and I'm going to make her think the skull itself is coming back to life. And
Okay.
she's going to have disadvantage on that because of the wolf.
Yep. Let me just stick a wolf up
Oh, the
there.
wolf has very low initiative, unfortunately.
Let me stick a wolf up there for now, for the sake of arguing. So I'll stick a wolf in there so that you know that that's what's up there.
I'm last in the
that's
initiative
your-
order, aren't I?
No, Malachi's last in the. Well, Malachi's
It's
last.
5 higher than Malachi?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I rolled
Yeah, Malachi rolled a 4 in the initiative order. Okay, so sorry, what would you like her to?
She thinks the skull's coming alive if she fails the check.
Okay, what save would you like?
That's a intelligence save.
Mm-hmm.
DC 16. She's got
Mm-hmm. 14.
Ooh.
Damn you.
What's
So
the-
she thinks the skull is coming to life. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
And then can I attack as the dog?
Mm-hmm.
That's its turn now.
Mhm.
Oh, come on. I don't like this die. Does a 9 hit?
No.
Cool. And that's the dog's turn.
Did I have multi?
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
She takes a legendary action on you, so you need to make a Constitution saving throw. It's not poison, Antoinette.
I'm going to use this die.
That's a little better.
Ooh, 19.
You save.
Oh, sorry, 22.
You save. You feel this awful kind of wash of almost like all your wooden joints are starting to almost go rotten and creaky, like you need that all the wood's starting to warp and rot, and then that sensation passes off.
Yep.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Malachi, you are up.
Did I get my protection from poison in last round? I think I did.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. I'm going to yell out to everyone in the room to get out of the house. And then I'll run out the front door.
Okay. Can you make a Constitution saving throw? So that's 15 poison damage. Yep. And you're going out the door.
Oh, I also
Yeah.
forgot to add the damage from Phantasmal Force.
Yep.
Can I say, I mean, I guess you can choose, but I imagine if the dragon skull feels like it's coming to life, maybe bludgeoning damage?
Yep. That's fine.
4 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, it's psychic anyway. Never mind. It's been too long since I've used the spell.
4.
Yeah, 4 psychic.
Cool.
Sorry.
No problem. Yep. So you've moved. You're at the house.
Would you allow me to throw a fireball inside that skull?
I won't!
We'll come back if you recast it.
You can try and throw a fireball inside that skull if you want to. There's certainly nothing to stop you trying to throw a fireball into the eyeball socket of the skull. Yes.
That'll be the next time.
Okay.
I feel like big things should have a disadvantage.
The wolf fails.
I wonder how a giant
The wolf fails. Oh no. Now I feel bad. Well, a little.
Jesse immediately casting fireballs on my characters.
So that's an 11. That's an 11.
11 fails, yeah.
Yep. She's trying to drive a skull. Yeah.
Is that couple where one is ADHD, one's neurotypical, and he'll sit there and just keep handing her things until she goes.
Nice.
Or like he'll just do it like echo or whatever, repeat the sound. He'll sit there with the camera, he'll just do it, and it'll be like.
Okay. Ethidwe,
How much damage was that, Jesse?
you do need to make a save.
My wolf is still kicking.
Nice.
That is 14.
So that is a fail. So that's another 20 damage. 20 poison damage.
And I'm going to move outside the door into over near where. I guess I can move 25 feet to wherever that is.
Yep.
Marvelous.
This house is like built into a tree. Or
It's like in the roots of a tree.
How far off
so
the
there's a
ground is the
continuing tree above it.
No, not particularly. It's like like on a stump of a tree. It's stopped running now that you've taken the blue gem out of the centre of the
I
room.
was also trying to figure out a way to get up to the skull.
Yeah, no, it's a single-story building on top of a tree stump.
I'll have a shot with my arrow. I assume it's disadvantage.
It's not a disadvantage, it's that she's got cover, so that would, yeah.
I think, what's the range on your short bow?
She's 60 foot away.
Yeah, I think a short bow is only
Yeah.
45.
80 foot.
Oh no, you're good.
Yeah, sharpshooter.
Yeah, 8320.
13.
No, that misses. Again, it just prangs off the sort of eye socket of this skull, and she's shrieking inside this skull, and you can hear this sort of awful, hideous noise sort of reverberating like a giant echo chamber coming out of this skull as she screams.
What size would we call this skull?
Pardon?
What size object would we call this skull?
Huge.
You got in one really good though. So it's just
Sorry, can I retcon something?
Yes.
Not shoot.
Yeah.
Can I use my extra turn rather than to attack
Yeah.
to move around towards where the dude's in the cage?
Yeah.
I don't want to make it a whole round tour, but you know.
Well, you could use a bonus action to dash if you want to do
They
that.
already moved outside the.
Yeah, so that would be your movement, and then bonus action dash.
Alright, I'll do that if that's okay.
So you can head around in that direction. Yeah, I'll let you do that. So that you can run under the skull, to be around there. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
That'll be my thing.
And that's your turn. So at that point, the hut itself starts to pulse, and sort of all the walls of the hut start to shift slightly. Intelligence save from everybody.
Everybody.
Yep.
Goodness.
Oh no, she's
Yeah.
she's after the hut.
Dirty 20.
Pass. Fail.
10.
Fail.
13.
Fail.
22.
Pass. So you have just aged. So I think this happened to Malachi a couple of turns ago. You've just aged visibly, sort of 10, 15,
Is this the
20
fail?
years. Yeah, on a fail. Pass save, nothing happens. But for those who failed, there's just visible aging. Your
Get more splinters as you age.
Yeah, I
Um,
assume she gets kind of moldy and mildewy. Or
and yeah, all your joints start to seize up
There's
and
rust
crack,
in the
and
petals.
yeah. Your speed is halved.
Child.
Speed is halved.
Child has gone through puberty.
Disadvantage on deck saves until the end of the round, or until the end of the next turn.
How old is Edward now?
I don't know how much is that age?
You've just aged about 15, 20 years by the look of it. So you
He's
like
a young
the-
adult now.
You're hiding under the table. And
Oh my god, yeah, you're in your prime.
Adult halfling doing that.
Yeah, that's a bit freaky. You ran underneath the skull and just got older as you went.
I'm just like with this goatee thing.
Okay,
Where's that supposed to be?
okay.
You just like get it.
Mountain Fae.
Soul patch.
Bacardi and Coke.
There's
Oh,
more seasons of it.
Okay, Mountain Fae is fucking sick.
Yeah. I
Um,
don't want to do that.
She is going to drag herself. She's picked up the blue gem, and she drags herself to the door of the. So she dashes as her action, and she takes the blue gem with her. So the blue thing's over here. She takes it with her. She uses her action and her to get the hell out of there. She is heaving and staggering. She looks really sick.
I really want to get out of there too.
Okay.
we all do.
So she's clutching the blue gem and she's out of the house at the moment. Okay.
And the blue fairy's not there.
The blue fae has disappeared for now. Yeah.
I'm the last one in the house.
So Harleen, Constitution save for being in the house.
I got 13.
So that is a fail. So that's 24 poison damage.
And then I'm using all of my speed to get out of the house.
Malachi, did you use your bonus action to move your spiritual weapon at all? Did you
I
use?
forgot to.
Did you use your bonus action? Because
No,
I don't think you did.
I
Do you want to use your bonus
I
action?
would like to, yeah.
Okay. Just
I was literally straight off.
yeah. Okay. So Move your spiritual weapon in the general direction of getting the hell out of there. Okay. What would you like to do? So she's 60 foot up in the air, screeching.
Slightly on fire.
Slightly on fire.
Whose turn is it, sir?
Mine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything I can do from the
I mean, that probably adds to the illusion. But if it's come alive, it's just had a massive fireball coming out.
Yeah, it's trying to blow. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. The imagery is excellent.
The nearby polywalks up
You
straight
say
out.
she's 60 feet up?
Yes.
Taken to Russian, but it's
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to hit her with my hand axe.
Okay.
Just throwing it at her.
Yeah, just throwing my hand axe.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a 16 plus 6, so 25.
That will hit. Yep, that will hit.
Thank you, Emma made it for me.
Really?
She made me
I
rose
was
ones
gonna say,
and she made
Dragon's
me the
Health
red
and
black
all
ones
those
as well.
things.
That's so cool. That's at 9 slashing damage. And she made me rose ones.
Okay. Yep.
Because I've only got the one hand I guess are there any like rocks or anything on the ground that I can throw?
There are some small rocks.
Throwing weapon.
Yeah, there are some small rocks down there.
Otherwise, I've got 4 daggers in my inventory. Would it be fair to say one of those is on like a holster nearby that another character could grab?
Mm-hmm.
Grab a dagger if you like.
What do I roll for that then? Is it just a unarmed strike?
It would be a ranged attack without proficiency if you're throwing a rock, I think, isn't it? You could say you've got proficiency in chucking stuff. You chucked an axe.
Yeah,
It's a rock.
Find a barbarian, I feel like.
Throwing rocks is in your wheelhouse.
I think technically fighters have proficiency with all weapons, so
Yep.
like,
Rocks.
if you want to argue,
Yeah.
what is a weapon?
Oh, that'll hit. Yeah. You can whack her with a
So
rock.
what should I roll, a d6?
Go for it.
3.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn. I would be kind of trying to look around to see if there is a way that I can potentially get up into the skull.
Okay.
Like through the treetops or something.
Okay. So, is that the end of your turn?
Yes, that's all I can do. I can't really do very much. I'm not magically pressing.
Okay. So, she is going.
Has to act as if the thing's all waste action.
So she perceives it as.
The skull is coming alive.
Yep. So she is going to misty step out onto the top of the skull. As in fact, she's going to misty step down off the skull.
Yeah.
Because she can teleport 60 foot, but the skull sinks. She gets off the skull. She can teleport to
She
the
will
bonus
take
section.
6 psychic damage though.
She takes 6 psychic damage, and she turns around and looks at you all standing there and screeches and hurls your fireball back at you.
Oh no, we're all standing in a big cluster.
I mean,
we have
so
disadvantage
careful
on
with this
dex
every other time.
it's, if you're going to stand there, then, whatever.
Oh
Oh
no, I'm weak to fire.
Of course you are. You're wooden.
Dex saves with disadvantage.
Okay, so
Look, fair enough.
Oh
just-
no. Why do you
so
hit
let's
us?
so that's going to be. I think she can get. Sorry, I'm just working out where that sits. There's not 2 there. It's placed 2 rather than 1. So I think she can actually get.
I think
everybody.
one-shot me.
I think she can get everybody in that who's down there. So she can't get Etherdwe, but she can get Godot, Malachi, Harleen, Antoinette, and the Mountain Fae.
Can you be healed by regular magic?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Well, that's convenient.
If it says vulnerable to fire damage, I'm going to take double, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
how damage
Cool,
vulnerability
cool,
works.
cool. Yeah.
Let me just...
34, that was level 4.
no, let's just take this one out.
I really took something that would help me with this sort of situation.
You're wishing Blinsky hadn't glued you together.
Oh,
with
I'm
carrots.
going to cast absorb elements as a reaction.
Okay,
Yeah, he was cost cutting that day.
fine.
Yeah.
So,
Would have been
dex saving throw.
11. With disadvantage or just regular?
If you failed the previous...
The aging thing?
Yep,
Oh.
then that would be with disadvantage.
Oh no.
In that case, 11.
Okay, that's a
Fantastic
fail.
rolls there.
It's been really
22.
nice.
Pass.
6.
Fail.
14.
Fail. You're not in it. Mountain Fae, I think will fail that.
Oh, is a mountain fae in as well?
Yes.
What kind of fae is this? I mean,
To be fair, they've
Is
been
she
dying
right?
for 100
Oh no, she passed. That's
Minor
that's
thing.
okay. So that's if
I
you.
said the circle.
Well, yeah, that's because the circle's in the wrong place because it dropped the
Those
circle's
dogs are
lower
in
than
the
that.
right place.
The circle's lower than that.
Um,
Um, So why would you cast it over yourself? It's just where it's dropped the circle. So if you fail the save, that's 30 fire damage.
So 60 fire damage.
Damn.
If you pass the save, that's 15.
I use absorb elements, so I get resistant to fire.
Yes, you do. Um,
Down, aren't you?
I'll drop that at second.
Okay, you're not actually like dead. So in terms of these are not ongoing burning. This is a straightforward
Oh.
fire.
Horrible pain.
And I've got
And
to
out
roll,
of hit points.
and I've got to roll my wisdom
Okay.
save. Oh, that's
At least you do this.
I'm now
I can
afraid.
use-
Are you afraid?
I only have
No
five-
shit.
I only have 5
What
charges.
happens to your hand? Does that stay up?
No.
Has that gone?
Let me just roll for my, because I've got 3 different.
It wouldn't have been in the blast, but
Oh, the hound.
yeah, it
Oh,
would
the
have been.
hound would go down. Yeah.
Yeah. So the
I
hand's
also
down.
need to roll for my modular stuff.
Yep.
Which will succeed.
Oh.
I can heal if I'm up, though.
Okay, cool. I can get
Fortunately.
I've got 4 level
But otherwise, I'm not doing well.
One level 3.
nice.
And I want to
I
keep
can't see
them
why.
at level 3.
Okay.
Okay, someone's dead.
Yeah.
So I can level 5.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, so who's
the
not
mountain
dead?
face, like,
You're up. Are you up?
I'm up.
Okay, cool. Are you
Kind
up?
of barely,
no,
fully
I had
up.
was it a good one, so I took 15.
Okay.
But that's not a hit, if that
How's Malachi? You good?
Yeah.
I'm down.
Are you down?
Does she get a save against your phantasm, or does
Oh,
that
yes.
go because you've gone down?
Concentration. That goes.
Okay.
absorb elements is melee attacks? That's
yeah,
gross.
that's why it's not very good damage.
Right, well that was fun, guys.
Okay.
The match has gone for 5 minutes. We're all dead.
Yeah.
So she is going to stay there. So Godot, it's your turn.
How far away is she?
From you at the moment, probably 35 feet. She's on the other side of that skull. The skull's still floating,
Yeah.
so you can see her underneath the skull. Or you can't, but your hawk can.
Okay, wonderful. 35 feet, I can't get to her with melee.
Yeah.
Does a staff have reach? I think it does. Action staff.
Yeah, I'm
no,
over the
staff's not
humidity
damage.
too.
Okay. I can't get her with melee, that's okay. Would you let me apply the absorb elements damage to my turret attack because I'm an artificer at all?
Yes.
It's 2d6 fight.
Yes.
Awesome. We'll try that one. I'll try that one first. So I'll shoot her with my cannon plus 6. 19.
To hit?
19 to hit.
Hit.
Wonderful. Okay, so that's 2d6 fire. Can does 2d8. I'll chuck on phasered foe.
Mhm.
And my swarm does a d6. Ooh. 2, 4, 5, 8, 9. Only that's 17 damage.
Nice.
That was anticlimactic.
Yeah.
So many ones and twos.
That's a, I know. That's a mix of force and fire, if it matters.
Okay.
Force, fire, and piercing. So.
Yep.
That's that, and then I'll take my shots. I'll take a weapon. I'll take a sharpshooter attack to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
That was a mistake. 10.
Misses.
Wonderful. And then I'll take another sharpshooter attack on the next one, which is only a 14.
Misses.
Cool. That's me.
Okay.
That is.
You had the spirit.
Didn't count for much. That was a lot of resources.
As
I had a
as-
force solicitor as a officer.
she takes her last legendary reaction of this round.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go on.
And I knock
Yep.
her 5 foot back.
Fine.
And I think she's prone.
Yep.
Let me just check real quick.
See, there's blood up there somewhere. Look, see, look.
Force ballista 28, 25 away from the cannon. No, sorry, she's not. That's if I'm going to look at structure. So no, she's just not 5 foot back.
Okay.
Who's the hooded figure?
That's
He.
the guy in the cage.
It's,
Oh, okay.
it's the other guy in the cage. Yes. Okay. She.
Sorry, Emma.
Yes.
Can I also move
Yes.
just like 30
You
foot
can move.
directly south?
Yes.
I just want to get
Of course
away.
you can.
Actually, probably north is probably better. I just don't want to be in another fireball range.
So over towards where Etherdwe is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be really fun.
Underneath the skull. Okay. With that, the skull seems to come crashing down to land, and Babala Saga disappears, and this swarm of tiny sort of mosquitoes just vanishes out into the swamp. They are tiny,
Yeah.
and would be difficult to see
Aw.
in the swamp. You could try, but
Can I
she
get my
is
dog to follow me?
difficult to see. You could
What's the
try.
advantage on sight? Like,
Yeah.
advantage on protection from sight?
She's a swarm of tiny blood-sucking insects that's just vanishing into this swampland full of flies and swampy insects.
Alright.
Would you say
Um,
mechanically she's a beast now? Swarm of beasts?
No, mechanically, I suppose she's beast. Yeah,
No particular reason.
no particular reason. So that's her. Where are we up to? The water fae.
So we should just cast it again, so.
The water fae reappears.
Oh, nice.
Goes over to the mountain fae, and then they both disappear out, leaving the blue gem behind.
Oh.
Bitches. They didn't even heal us. They didn't do anything to help whatsoever.
Nope.
Just left the gem behind.
They have told you, and Antoinette has told you lots and lots of times, that their power came from the Fanes.
Yeah.
And the Fanes are desecrated.
So they don't really
So they've got some class abilities, but they don't have any power. Otherwise, they'd have probably sorted this shit out for themselves way back.
I mean, yeah, the gems aren't anything to them. It's the gems that we need to cleanse the thing
Yes.
to give them their power.
So that's exactly. So that's your understanding, is that you need to restore the Fanes, because the gems in the Fanes channel the power of the land to restore the power to the Fae.
What's this?
The windmill.
The one near us currently is the water fane, I presume, because it's in the swamp.
So the one
Hang
that
on, I've got this in my notes.
yes,
We should have done that ages ago.
Yeah, well, I thought we had to have all
I
three
thought we
here.
didn't have.
But we know that when we start,
Oh,
And
that's
do we
right.
know
Yeah.
the windmill?
Strahd.
Do
Strahd
we
Yeah.
know if that's the green gem?
Yeah, that's
yes,
right.
you do.
Yeah,
I'm correct.
yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Quinny knew that, and Quinny would tell
I was
everybody
gonna
else.
say, presumably Quinny's
Yeah.
not keeping much of anything close to.
So Quinny knew that. So you know
Yeah,
that
so we
the
have-
so you know the fane of the
Well,
forest.
oh, sorry.
She stole the grain.
Oh, okay.
Did she leave the grain behind? Or did she take it?
The last time you saw it, she had it.
Yeah.
So you are currently, unless you are pursuing the mosquitoes into the swamp.
I don't have any means to track.
Are you pursuing mosquitoes into the swamp?
I'll give
You
give
can-
that a go. Yeah, absolutely.
You can try.
I
Yeah.
can shoot 120 foot away. 120 foot with my one and 600 with the other. So I've got the range. If
Okay.
I can do,
Yep.
Is that a perception check?
Yep.
Good luck. Add to that +4, but with advantage. That is a disappointing. Dirty 20.
Okay. So you can see lots of insects. So there's flies, there's moths, there's mosquitoes, there's some giant blue bottles, there's some small things. There's just loads of insects everywhere. You can't identify with a 20 which ones are her and which ones are anything else.
Fair enough. All right then.
Doesn't mean you can't blow them up. It just you can't tell whether or not it would blow her up.
In that case, I'll cast Mass Cure Wounds again.
Okay.
Get everyone alive, which is 16 hit points.
Does that include me?
Probably not. Sorry,
Okay.
outside the
Yeah.
I didn't get hit by that last fireball.
Is that?
Circle where it's all yellow. Is that the residue of the fireball?
Yep, that's also the healing area, I believe. Fireball's 30 foot as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's,
That's it. So all of those spell effects have now
To
gone.
you now.
Yeah. Yeah. So you are out of combat,
I can. The only other
outside of her hut.
Does that cloud kill look like it's moving?
So the cloud kill looks like it's just that you've opened the windows and it's just slowly dissipating. I would anticipate you would move away from the windows
Stand right
as that sort of cloud just gradually dissipates on the wind. You would anticipate that
It's a medical song.
you would anticipate that a couple of minutes and that cloud will have largely dissipated.
A few seconds in that song and all your problems will be solved.
I'd like
All of them.
to
Mm.
cast use coordinate arrows. So I put 4 cross bolts at the front of the door, and then if any enemies get within 30 feet of me, they start shooting.
Okay, fine. The skull, as she turned into a whole load of mosquitoes, the skull came crashing down.
Yeah.
Back to the ground.
So we're out of combat.
You are out of combat.
Can I go to the cage with that fellow's trap?
Yep.
Can I just do a regular sleight of hand? Does it look like a regular lock?
So you've tried to unlock it previously,
And I wasn't able
and
to.
you weren't able to do so with a normal lockpicking check.
I did some bullshit with a web spell, which I can't do again.
Okay.
I could probably do the spell magic.
I can just shoot the lock a bunch,
Does
but I
the,
don't know if that'll work.
Is the cage made of metal or is it made of wood?
It looks like it's made of metal, the cage.
Can I go and investigate the skull?
Yeah, you can investigate the skull.
I'm gonna go.
Have we spoken to this guy?
I think I was speaking to him.
You were speaking to him as a raven,
Yeah, well,
yes.
that's the Markovs, yeah.
So he's aware. You think he's a were raven that's stuck in raven form in this cage.
I'll go up to it and cast a spell magic.
You see that the lock seems to shimmer and look less. Last time when you tried to deal with it, it seemed to rotate almost around the cage as you tried to attack it. It seems to fix in place. So you think you might have dispelled the enchantment that was on the on the lock.
I'm going to try to slide at the end now. Oh, 31.
Oh.
Just 31.
That means the 31.
You manage
That
to
is probably a low.
you manage to open the lock, and the were-raven flies out. As he flies out of the cage, he transforms into human form. He looks pretty beaten up and injured, but he is otherwise alive and can now apparently transform. It looks like this cage puts some kind of restriction on his ability to turn in and out of his were-raven form.
Mr. Mardukov, are you okay?
I am not a Martikov as such. I am Leaf Vinshaw. You may have met, if you know the Martikovs, you may have met my sister Muriel. No, she doesn't own the tavern, but she was the one who persuaded the Martikovs ages ago to tell you about the wear staff and the Keepers of the Feather. She works with them in the Anti-Strahd
What
League.
did they say their name was?
Leaf Vinshaw. Leaf as in
Like leaf.
like a leaf. And his sister, so Muriel Vinshaw, you've met. She hangs out with the Martikovs. She's a good person as far as you are aware. Certainly hasn't done anything as yet to suggest otherwise. Okay. He goes, I've been trapped here for a number of weeks. She throws food, you could call it, worms and bugs through the bars of the cage. But I've been trapped here for weeks and weeks. We were flying around the swamps looking for evidence of the gems. I believe you know of them. She caught me. I've been here for a week or so. Thank you.
Can I offer this guy a portion of rations and a water flask and say, see, I told you I'd get you out.
Absolutely. He's trying really hard not to look like super greedy, but he's like inhaling these rations and drinking the water. He's clearly very hungry. Antoinette, are you looking in the...
Yeah, I was going to look in the skull.
Okay, so this skull's huge. Are you...
Can I sit in it as I saw her doing?
Yeah, so you would need to make an athletics check to get into it, on the grounds that it's huge. So the eye sockets are good.
I'll misty step into it.
You can misty step in through the eyeball. As you misty step into the, it looks like the inside of a skull. So you can see where she appears to have been sitting on, like, the bony plate of the sort of the roof of the dragon's mouth with its teeth below her, and sitting there is the green gem.
Oh, nice.
Thank goodness.
I'll go up
And you would think that when she was frightened and that she just got the hell out of there and left it behind.
I'll grab it and I'll walk up to the eye socket and I'll say, I got it!
Out the eye socket.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't see anything in here that controls it.
Yeah.
You think that this was somehow magically controlled. You would need to sort of make some kind of arcana or do some investigation as to if you want to try and fly this thing, I guess.
I'll do an arcana check if I can.
Yeah.
I'll do an investigation.
Yeah.
Nope, I do not do an arcana check.
14.
Okay, with a 14, you recognise this as a dragon skull. You think that this is way too big, even for a dragon. It's too big. So you think that this has probably been enlarged somehow so that she can fly around in it easily and be pretty intimidating. But you think that it was smaller than this was probably nearer large than huge
By the looks
mechanically.
of the teeth, was it a baby and a
Yeah, so you would know from what Antoinette's told you in all the books that you've got that this is probably the skull of Argynvost, the silver dragon, from the castle way up somewhere on the outskirts, somewhere out of this swamp that you've got yourselves lost in at the ruins, that disappeared, and that Strahd had it in his sort of treasure chamber. He'd stolen this sort of relic, and the Mountain Fae used it to escape out of the Tower of Raven.
Seeing Antoinette trying to work out how this magic
Yep.
works, can I give that a go? With
Yep.
my card?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yep, okay.
Crit.
Okay.
Natural 20 for 29.
You think that she's basically that this is in itself, so you think it's been enlarged, you think it could be reduced and you could and carried around more like a bog standard skull. You also think that you also think that this has been enchanted, probably with like a combination of levitation and fly as a spell, and that when she was in it, that she could use this basically as a fly spell on this thing, just to cruise around.
Do I think I could get it up and running?
With a crit, probably.
You want I do. Yeah, absolutely. God, I will try to go in there, kind of tap around a little bit, and using whatever the magical process is, I'm going to try to get it to like lift up 5 foot or
I'm
so.
staying in the skull.
Okay. So you do some sort of arcade connecting roll.
The damn thing in reverse.
What's got a intelligence space? Roll just a straight intelligence check or an arcana.
Damn, I don't have proficiency. I'll take arcana if
You
I
can
can.
take arcana.
Wonderful.
Or tinkering, depending
roll
on how
should
you're
just roll.
approaching doing it.
That's another 20.
So with a
I saw
20,
you wrong.
with a 20, you sort of
29.
with a
29.
20, you sort of touch the insides of the skull, and it's like you can almost feel where the glyphs of the enchantment were written into the inside of this skull.
Got to match
And-
up people with the tattoos they have.
And yeah, and it's almost a sort of matrix, sort of, I'm going to twist and do this, sort of in the air, completely blind, sort of do this, and then suddenly this skull hovers 5 foot in the air.
Incredible. Let's say, grab what we need and let's get out of this swamp.
Okay, for that.
Before you leave, are you or are you not searching a hut?
Yeah.
Just giving you the option.
Got to know when to leave the Someone search the hut.
I'll go have a look in the hut.
Okay. So I'm just killing mosquitoes or something.
The house comes to life
How
again.
dare you?
I'm just like waiting for them to fly around. It's like my hobby. It's just loads of them this year. It's ridiculous.
Emma, is my feeling that
Yeah.
this will be something I'll need to roll really well on to fly again, or will I need to duck out and check the hut and then take off?
With 2 crits, I think you've
You
you've got the hang of how this works, and I think not being able to see through. So when you were locked in the cage, she and everybody was like, "Where's our friend gone? Where's our friend gone?" It was he has eyes that see and don't see, and she actually seemed you were at risk,
Right.
and therefore needed to be, locked out. This might be why. Is that ability to see but not see allows you to, I will say, that you can fly the skull.
Incredible.
There you go. You now have a flying skull. Not that this is gonna
I'm
come
sure-
back and bite me in the arse at all. We've got a flying skull.
Skull, 600-foot range crossbow. I'm set.
Wait, are you saying we're finally getting a pirate ship?
Yeah. Finally getting a flying.
You have got a flying dragon skull shaped pirate ship, which you can all fit because it's currently huge. You can all fit comfortably inside this thing. I mean, it's like,
Can we check
you know,
out?
it was
That's
large
design
for
on
one.
that.
Yeah,
It was-
let's rock up to Strahd and this.
I've got tinkering tools, so just picturing modding out the.
Yeah.
my dragons.
Are we going to have an episode of Pimp My Ride Flying Dragon Skull Edition? That's like 1990s MTV.
We're gonna paint some flames on the side of it.
Yeah,
Nice.
pick your dragon.
Sweet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm
Take
into
your
gold
skull.
dice.
We can discuss the pimping of the dragon. What are you like? You are still aged. Currently, you are still aged. I don't know how long it lasts for. You are currently still aged. If you aged, you are currently still aged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got one messy, mouldy, splintery Antoinette,
I'm nearly
one
done.
post-puberty child.
Okay.
Let's start talking
Yeah,
about
my-
So you can roll. You go in the hut.
You're getting little whiskers on your chin.
You can see the splintered sort of cage, the root cage that the blue gem was sort of buried in the centre of these roots. You can see the bath full of blood where Laura Stoneheart was suspended above the bath. That's still full of blood. Roll an investigation check to see if you can find anything else.
Nope.
I got an 18.
14.
12.
Cat, that one. I am still recovering.
Yeah, you with a nat one, you can. You are more transfixed with the skull than anything else. You're just like, not 100% sure I want to ride in a skull, but you know, like life isn't getting any weirder. So it's probably better than hiking through this swamp full of banshees. So, you know, there are pros and cons.
Inescapable, eternally lost soul.
So investigation was
11.
11, 12, 18. With an 18, you can see sort of wedged underneath the bed this wooden chest. So you pull out. It's a straightforward wooden chest. It's got metal binding over the top. It's got a padlock.
Method way.
I don't want to tell anyone what to do, but perhaps we should be cautious of things we find in a witch's house. Just do it. Go for it. by all means. All right. I'm going to take a good 5 steps back from this chest.
Okay, all right. Okay,
In fact, I'm going to take cover outside the door.
okay. So you'll go back to your. So you go back out here.
Antoinette will stare right into the chest,
Okay,
excited to see what's inside.
Antoinette, right in the chest. Etherdway.
Nice and close for the fire. The delayed blast.
As he comes in, I'll say,
There you go.
"You can't tell me what to do anymore. No, I'm a man." That's a joke, might be it.
Okay, I can have a crack at it. You gotta be better. Can you please?
Okay.
Yes, I can.
Please.
You can't
So,
even guide them.
so what's the plan here?
Oh, it's a crit.
Oh, what's that? Like a 45?
36
Oh my god.
36 on.
on open locks. Like,
Okay.
you know,
On open lock.
Okay.
You like look
You
at it.
the
Makes fun.
the
So you
Padlock.
You see a slight bit of oil dripping out of it.
the padlock ping's open.
and I can have a look and see, and I might, if there's any like, I guess is Malachi like right behind me, or is he still a few
Yeah, I'll
feet away?
be
Malachi's on one side, on the other side, like.
I can open it up if you want.
So you're opening.
I can open that chest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Just in case it's a trap.
There was a dice roll.
Of course there's a trap.
As you open the lid of there's this huge crack of thunder, and that would be Malachi, Etherdwe, Antoinette, 5d8 thunder damage, so that's 30 thunder damage.
Dead.
I can't heal it.
I can't heal anyone either.
I'm on 1 HP.
God. Godo takes a moment to be really proud that they picked that and then freaks.
Got killed by a
seen this coming.
I'm sorry. You TPK'd by a fucking chest.
Almost TPK. He's literally on 1 HP.
Yeah, you're okay.
Does 10 HP bring someone back if they're dead?
Nope.
Oh, God. Alright,
No.
I'm going to do medicine checks then as well.
I'll help
Which
with
I
the
roll with
medicine
plus.
check.
What's your wisdom score?
You only need to get me up.
Can I say it when the sun, because it was
Okay,
thunder
I got
damage,
plus zero, so you
all
better
of the
roll.
limbs just like, oh,
Now,
Pop out.
basic anatomy, you've got the rib cage
Yeah.
there, the heart's just
They're
there.
talking me
Just
through
get
everything.
in there.
They know the
I have one
theory.
potion of healing.
Oh, yeah, that's not too bad.
Oh, well, that'll work. If you want to feed that, that would
18 for medicine check.
18 for medicine check.
I'm gonna
You
feed my by healing potion.
okay?
The two of us are just standing there trying to work out.
So I think
Try to
that
heal
so.
us all.
Yeah, so you're there trying to work out where all the arms. So it's like that thing where you pull the arms off your Barbie. And they've got these sort of hinged sockets, so you're there trying to click them all back.
You've got to turn. You've got to turn.
You try to click all the arms back in and the legs back in,
Just repeating the same thing.
and that all works. That all works pretty well, apart from one arm. You might have put the arms on the opposite way round. So they're currently facing backwards, but you think that might be fixable at some later date. Antonetti is currently stable with her arms facing in the wrong directions.
So you have a disadvantage on dexterity when it comes to the
Are we
hands.
putting you back together?
yeah.
You get 11 HP back.
That's
Okay.
not either.
Once you're back up, you can then realise that both your arms are on backwards, and you can pull your own arms off. And
She won't
like,
realise originally, so she'll get up and she'll go, hi, and wave with her head. Yeah.
Okay.
Walk me through how you pull both your arms off.
Yeah.
Oh, like this.
That's not something I need to see.
But how do
She'll
you...
give you her hand and
No.
shake.
Yeah. Can you give me a hand?
Like Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, Buzz Lightyear.
Okay. Now you're all alive again. Go and look in the
Yeah.
chat.
Anything in the chest, or was it just another nut?
And when it goes straight over the chest.
Roaring in the middle.
So Godot, as you come in to try and sort of you can see the glyphs just fading off the surface of this chest as they all sort of lie stunned and injured on the floor. Yeah. Okay.
I'll take it and they're in the chest.
Okay. So there's a collection of things in the chest.
Samuel will.
Okay. So
Samuel will look. I'll do the gambling.
okay. There's a big pile of at the bottom of the chest, a big sort of pile of gold pieces. There's currently 980 for totally random numbers. 980 gold pieces.
196 each.
196 gold each.
There is a vial of some kind of. It looks like a pale green oil of some kind in this sort of long, thin bottle. Okay.
I've got good arcana. I've got detect magic. I don't think I have identify. I do have identify. There you go.
Can you recognize?
Yes. This is better.
There is. So, did you? Sorry, what was that? Was there?
Oh, I can ritual cast identify, but I'll wait to hear what else there is for it. Unless you do that on one item.
Yeah. So there's a set of pipes. There's what looks like a shard. No, the playing pipes of some description. Either. I don't mind. Whichever kind of pipes you would prefer to have. I think bagpipes would be entirely reasonable.
So we can just like completely announce
I was gonna say I want a pan flute so I can play
So,
basketball.
so these are
Do stealth anyway.
so these
Like
are
when we roll for the final battle with surface, right? Just like me playing like Oh, and hell on the bagpipes while we're rolling on the dragon.
So this appears to be, I'm not sure if you're proficient in bagpipes, that could be really painful, but anyway, there's this appears to be like a set of bagpipes, and where the fabric of the bag is, you're unclear exactly what that's made of, but it doesn't appear to be cloth. And on the top of each of the pipes is a different small animal skull. Ooh. So there's like a raven and a rat, and on the top of each of the pipes. So it's pretty cool.
Wasn't a bagpipe traditionally like sheep's stomach or something anyway?
Yeah. I believe it.
Yeah. There appears to be 3 scrolls.
Nice.
There are 3 scrolls. There's a stone.
Cool.
A stone.
Cool.
Or some bagpipes that are a bit freaky looking. A thing of oil of some kind. And a shard of what looks like a golden gem or a piece of glass of some kind.
Cool.
On a basic, I can now fly a fucking dragon skull, you would ascertain that all of these items, other than the gold, have magical properties of some kind. Because you haven't got enough random magical items.
Have a book skull like the dragon skull manual.
I don't have. I'm not sure this how this works. Can I use detect magic to tell if any of these are cursed?
Yeah.
Awesome. I've got one use of detect magic through racial stuff, so I'll do that. Yep, they're definitely magic.
They are definitely magic. You don't think any of these are cursed.
Okay. Gotto stands there and goes, they should be safe.
I'll grab the
You're
rock.
saying to the people with like 3 hit points from the chest.
No,
Sorry.
I like a religion check to see if I recognise any of the spell scrolls.
Yes, you can.
If we're camping out for a minute, I'll do identify on probably the bad types, I think.
Okay.
My religion as well.
Can I Arcana check the stone?
What did you roll?
9.
You try to reach out to the Morning Lord to tell you what was in the scroll, and you effectively just got static. Like, nothing.
Not even hold music.
Not even hold music. Like complete,
You got the radio tuned roll?
like complete static. Like there was nothing there.
You get the beep, beep, like it's the disconnected
Roll,
line.
roll insight.
These are not covered by the law anymore. These spells are not.
Yeah.
That's a 19.
With an IT, that's never happened. Not even fighting Doru in the basement where none of the stuff worked. Did you have no connection to the Morning Lord? It's almost... It's like there's nothing there at all. You don't get the sensation that that's from the scrolls.
Yeah.
You just get... You can't connect, like, at all.
Shit.
Any idea?
Nope.
Can I give an
Can I check
arcana?
the rock?
Malachi's having some kind of religious crisis over
This is
there.
why you don't get involved in religion.
Yeah,
Just
that's
up
the
to them.
thing.
Before
Yeah,
I
sorry.
do my tech
Identify.
Before I do that, can I chuck a quick arcana check? Look over the scrolls? Get my book,
Yeah,
look over
you
see-
can look over the scrolls. So, the scrolls are pretty straightforward. They are handily labelled and tagged. Very organised with really quite neat, although spidery writing. There is a spell scroll of Mass Cure Wounds,
Nice.
a spell scroll of Revivify,
Very nice.
and a spell scroll of Remove Curse.
I'm giving all them to you.
Yeah.
So those would be your
Yep.
3 spell scrolls. Sorry, there you go. So you've got a shard of some
Rock.
kind of...
I want to check the rock.
You want to check the rock?
Yeah.
Okay.
Antoinette sees a cool pebble and she wants to...
So are you Arcana checking
Yeah.
the pebble? Okay.
Nope.
No? Okay.
Unless an 8 gives me anything.
Okay. The 8 gives you... this appears to be a polished green type of gemstone. It's not faceted like a gemstone from a necklace or a
More
a
like
bracelet,
jade
or
something?
it's more like a just a highly polished, maybe gem, maybe just a precious stone. You sense it's magical. You don't know what it does.
I'll just start walking around.
Can I make like a history check on the gold shard?
On
Something I recognise.
you can, yeah. Are you identifying the?
Yes. Yeah, I'll do identify.
I got a 19 for history.
Okay,
I
so
just
for
say that Harleen would be standing at the door keeping an eye out for the witch.
Matter of fact, I don't really want to hang around here for 10 minutes. I'll
Who knew?
I'll use the spell slots. I'll use, if you let me, I'll use one on the bagpipes, one on the shard, one on
I'm happy if you want to all take all your loot inside the skull
And
and
do it as-
levitate out of
Oh,
there,
yeah.
and you can sit in the skull
the.
and
Oh, cool. That sounds even better.
and do whatever you want up in the air, because she's not in any way going to be pissed off when you find out you've nicked her car
And
and her
Right.
stuff.
Burn her house down?
Oh wait, I need to roll my fear thing for the fire. Oh no, I pass.
I've got some other ones that can do anything.
I can turn my gun into a flamethrower.
The moment they start talking about fire, I climb up into the skull.
Okay.
Cool, let's do that.
So Antoinette climbs up into the skull while
Look away.
Godot and
Yeah, you see it on
Malachi
fire, and I'm like,
torch
Big old
the
carrots
house.
at the bottom.
I'm assuming you've taken out all the stuff. So you've now got, so we're clear, you've now got a green gem, a blue gem, 980 gold pieces, and some random stuff inside a skull, and you've set fire to the house.
Is any of the Fae still
Fine.
here?
No, they've
Both
gone out. Yeah.
I might just, before we burn the place to the ground, do a quick skim over with Samuel if there's any books or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't see anything
Cool.
of that ilk. You think it's probably all in that chest. Okay. You stand outside while Antoinette hides with all the stuff in the skull. Harleen, are you setting fire to stuff just for?
No, Harleen would be more concerned about the witch coming back.
Yeah.
Or sending any creatures after us.
So
Harleen
you're
would be keeping out-
so you're
keeping a lookout.
roll perception check.
I've got those coordinate arrows. They last 24 hours.
Yeah. I'm imagining that Harleen's out here somewhere, just sort of looking out into the swamp. Yeah.
I'll kind of offer my flamethrower.
I wouldn't be like too far away
Yeah.
from the party, I'd just be like keeping an
Is
eye.
this just-
Antoinette's in there.
I'm a man now.
18.
Okay, with an 18, you can hear croaking, and you can hear the sound of branches snapping, and you think that there's probably those sort of frog and toad people that you've met several times previously, probably patrolling in the surrounds around here. That there's probably either scouting parties or defensive parties, but you can't see anybody at the moment. But you can certainly hear them out in the swamp out there. Okay. So you set fire in an impressively aggressive manner to the hut, and it's made of wood and is not currently protected by anything particularly magical because she's not home. And
Antoinette's having more
What
flashbacks.
does the smell of boiling blood smell like?
Oh,
oh,
There's a bath full of blood in there.
it
You
smells.
just burnt that.
It actually smells very akin to somebody cooking, like lots of steak, like on a massive barbecue, but very quickly. So it goes from food cooking to burnt very rapidly.
What's from the were-raven?
The were-raven has eaten all of his rations and gone. He has flown out of here.
Alright. We could have given him a lift home.
You could have done, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what?
I was doing this like, we should get some food. I was like, we'll go through the drive-through and skull. Okay.
So you go to the Valaki drive-through.
Reminds me of the drive-through scene
In
from
like
Shrek.
Shrek.
Yeah.
Once you're up there, you can then discuss how you're going to pimp your dragon skull. That's all fine.
Okay, let's get
So
that.
multiple sets of identify. So
Is Olmec
His-
come with us? Or is he-
No,
is he-
I'll make
long.
them.
So, history check on the shard. You have come across these before. You think that these can, in some way, boost magical effects. You're not sure how, but you're fairly sure that they can boost magical effects in some way. But often at some kind of a cost. That's what you know about them. You've never come across one.
So was
Okay.
one of the artifacts something that activated the skull?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
No, she left the keys.
Does an identify?
She left the keys. Yeah.
She left the keys. Does identify tell us what that is exactly?
The shard. So
I'll do, if I can, I will fly a bit of a way.
One on a-
Just I'll do
I'll
same
work your way through
30
them all.
minutes or so, do about
Okay.
identify
While
something.
you're hanging
30,
around in
3
the
minutes.
skull, kind of like hovering. The shard is an amber shard, and Malco's right. It does enhance. This can boost either spell damage or healing by 1d12. Recharges at dawn. One charge, and you can add 1d12 to either damage or healing cast from that at the cost of 1d6 psychic damage.
Oh, nice. That's
Okay,
Is that
and you
in
think
D&D
you can
world?
use that? Possibly not. I'll add it. You can use that once it recharges at dawn.
Oh.
It is currently charged.
that's
Okay,
Is this related to the Ember Temple?
who knows? It may be there is a temple of amber, and this looks ambery. And it looks ambery. Yes. So you would think that this was amber, and there is a temple of great magical secrets called the Amber Temple.
Yeah.
Who knows? Seems like the kind of thing they might have there.
Yeah.
Okay. The oil you identify as oil of sharpness.
nice.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
That's the fire road.
That's straight.
5 pieces. You either do a weapon or you do 5 pieces of ammunition, and then the item has +3 bonus to attack for 1 hour. So for 1 hour you have +3. Or you have 5 shots at +3. Probably fine.
What?
You got the oil.
Oil of sharpness. It's in.
It should be in.
D&D.
Yep.
Because you get for some.
The rock.
I just didn't know what the rock
The
is.
rock
The rock.
is a luckstone.
Slightly further.
Can I keep the stone?
Right.
Unless anyone else wants.
As it
What's the name of the
What is this?
person?
Hold
Oil
on.
of
Oh,
sharpness.
nice. You just get +1 to ability checks and saving throws.
Holy shit.
Someone can fight me for it, but Antoinette's holding on to this rock.
Is that the one that increases your
I'll take the
No.
12 one and you take the.
What does that stone do?
Makes me less unlucky.
It gives you a +1 bonus to all ability checks and all saving
Yeah,
throws.
you can have that one.
Unless someone else really likes it. But Antoinette likes the stone.
You're right.
While
Do you want
he's
some
like
ice?
final this, I'm gonna have
It is horrible.
This here is
It doesn't drop either. It's just horrible.
Do you want me to grab you some ice water?
It is draining. I miss the UK when it's like this.
Yeah, I keep saying I
Yeah.
really am just built for the UK.
And the
What's
pipes,
story?
which are
I feel like
grim to
Yeah.
look at. When you look at these pipes, you do think that this bag is constructed of some kind of skin. You don't want to think about it too deeply.
Shono
You
again just says, "Yep."
and
human
you
skin.
yep, skin of some kind, and you think that all the actual pipes are made of bone, of sort of long bones of some kind.
Jesus.
Oh, it could be.
Dark.
My sister keeps
You know,
bragging.
can roll a medicine check to see if you recognise any of the bones.
Goodness me.
My sister keeps bragging about the temperature down
That's
there.
a
Like,
crit.
she's like, oh, we've
Oh,
got
with a
level
crit,
22.
you recognise that the bone with the little bird skull on the top of it is probably a thin sort of forearm bone, and you think that the bone that's got the rat skull on the top of it is probably like a tibia from a lower leg.
Goodness me.
They would be halfling, potentially gnome, dwarf, child sized.
Sweet.
So many of you are.
Does identify give us anything on that?
Yeah, it does. It
Roll
suggests
your osteoarchaeology roll.
you can roll you can roll bones.
Don't seem to have proficiency in bones.
You think these are pipes of haunting.
Oh.
You feel that you would not want to try and play these if you were not proficient with wind instruments. However, there is a musical instrument shop in Valaki that you have walked past on several occasions, and if you wanted to spend downtime learning to play a less potentially dangerous wind instrument, I would be happy for you to acquire proficiency in wind instruments if you practiced on something like a recorder.
I want to learn recorder and play hot cross buns.
These pipes, they have three
Well,
sharp
yeah.
ends.
You can all have like a recorder
Pipes
group,
of
and the first person to gain proficiency can play the child dwarf halfling bagpipes. Yes.
Not to be greedy, but I totally want them.
Action.
And they are pipes of haunting as is. So you can use an action to play them, expend one charge to create eerie spellbinding tunes.
You just are eerie already. So
Yeah.
it's like that.
I
Each
start
cri-
playing Ring a Ring a Rosie
each-
on the bagpipes.
Yeah, each creature has to save or become
Minor
frightened.
versions of children's lullabies.
Yeah. Okay.
Someone else can absolutely take them.
Godo considers like bartering for the luckstone, but yeah, it's fine.
No, you can have it.
I don't need pipes. An action to cast is no good for me.
So yes, if you wanted to try and play them without proficiency, you could
Everyone will
try.
probably go to
Can
play
you
them.
cast a wind instrument? Can you play a wind instrument without lungs?
Yeah, can constructs play wind instruments
Well-
in D&D?
Do you just
You
have
don't
a set
need
of
to
bellows
eat
in your chest or something?
Drink or
Well,
breathe.
if you've taken tinkering,
Mm.
you could potentially
Install a set of bellows?
install bellows
Jesus Christ.
into Antoinette so that she can potentially learn to play a recorder and then bagpipes. If you wanted to invest time in tinkering with the back of the construct history. Anyway.
Absolutely what? You can have those. I've got the Sparrow Protection.
I don't want to be greedy and take 2 items though. So if anyone wants the Stone of Good Luck, you're welcome to it.
Okay. As you are
Was that the stone?
If anyone wants the stone.
It's your stone.
I don't want
What's
2
the
items,
stone?
that's greedy.
It gives you a +1 to saving throws and skill checks. You've already got one.
Yeah, I got the shard one.
Oh,
I'll take it.
That's the plus as well.
Oh, I just don't want to be greedy.
What is that one called again? The
Stone
shard.
of Good Luck.
Luckstone.
And
Ability,
the
does
shard.
ability check include attacks?
No.
Or is it just skill checks?
I think it's skill checks and initiative, isn't it?
No, it's just
Ability
it says
checks
ability
and saving
checks and saving throws. But
So it's
ability checks is a bit vague.
I thought ability checks were all the
Oh.
checks, and initiative counts as an ability check
Oh,
because
okay.
it's a
Oh, that
dexterity
makes
based
sense.
check.
Yeah, right.
Anyone else is welcome.
So on the random D&D definitions of randomness,
Yeah.
initiative counts as an
Initiative
ability
is an
check,
ability check, but
Yeah.
it's not a skill check.
but it's not skill check.
Which is why bards get a lot. But
Yeah. Exactly that.
Stone of Good Luck.
Should we start meandering back to the light?
There's no meandering in this vessel.
So as you sort of fly up,
We're going.
Open up.
We don't need.
We don't need
you don't need no. So as you Let's just unlock that. There we go. So as you fly up, hovering over the top of the hut, which is sort of now on fire in the middle of this little island in the swamp, and you can see it. So you're sitting in this giant skull, sort of over the top of this sort of smoke cloud. As the hut burns, you can actually see the mist in this really dense mist that you've not been able to navigate through start to sort of fade away a little bit and recede and thin. So where you are right now is right in the middle of a smoke cloud because like you've set fire to the hut, but the actual swamp mist that's been obscuring where you've been trying to go is much less dense. You can see through it much more easily, whether that's just because you're now high, but even before your hawk couldn't really see very much. And so as you're circling and flying over this thing, you do see sitting in the mist, in the middle of the swamp, a stone circle in the middle of the swamp, and you would Goddo would recognise this from the stone circle that your hawk told you about when he went to get the belladonna to cure your lycanthropy.
So this is where we take the water stone.
Yeah.
But we only have 2 of the stones currently, right?
You have 2,
Yeah,
so
we have
you
2,
have
we
the
have
green
2
one,
Yeah.
and you think that the green fane site
We know where the red one probably is.
is at the windmill. You've got the blue stone, and you would guess that this is the fane circle that used to be on the River Luna before this area flooded and became swampland. So you would guess that this would be the water fane site, which means that the stone circle on the top of Yester Hill, where you fought all the druids and Quinny got stuck in the tree with the badgers and the blood and the big wicker man, is probably the other fane. So that would be the mountain fane site. And you have an idea where the red gem might be because you found that information at the werewolf den. At the warg den. You solved the puzzle to get into the thing. There was a map with a tower and the word Kazan, and
we need to get the 3rd stone and then quickly do the 3 fanes before strife.
Your concern would be that if you started cleansing the fanes, Strahd would know that you're not collecting the gems to give to him.
Yeah.
And that he would know you're doing that. So his current invite you round for dinner, give you a nice sword, can you get some shit for me, I'll get you out of here, would probably be less easy to justify if you went round cleansing the fanes.
Yeah. Alright, cool.
You think it would be safer if you could do them in rapid succession, but
So should
there's
we go
nothing
to
to say you have to do
Kazan
that.
first?
Or
Before we do
I
anything,
think we should go
we should mark
dress.
this on a map so we know how to get
Absolutely.
That too.
we could also return the skull to Argyndos, the castle.
Is that something strong?
Ooh. Oh, there you go. That's a tricky one, isn't it?
Also,
It's do you want to get rid of your new...
Well,
Right.
if
And yeah, we'll lose it.
the other thing is that if we're
Yeah.
wanting to return these 3 things quickly,
Yep.
surely we do that with the skull and then give back our lovely run.
Yeah.
Ballpark, Emma, how fast do
Yep.
you reckon this thing goes?
Oh, this goes... Is it... Are you revving it up?
Absolutely. Goddo's just like, you might want to put on your seatbelts, of which there are
When it
none.
goes
What
flying.
is
They
it?
got
Say
some
on
exist-
Star Trek? Was it
It's just
the
expression.
hyper
Hold on to
jump
it too.
or whatever?
Yeah. Engage warp thrusters.
Walk back to 9.
Yeah.
Gets a child
Make it so.
He
Number one,
refuses to
make
get
it
in.
so.
I've never really watched it. I just know that's something that sure feels like it was said.
She can't take anymore.
Okay, you think that this thing can fly at 80 feet around.
Incredible.
That's what it dragged.
We'll get there
That'll
in no
outpace a
time.
horse, right?
a flying horse or a normal
No,
horse?
just like a horse and carriage.
Yes.
A horse. Wow.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
have
you
one-
go to go race them along the road
No,
to
no,
go.
no. But this means that we have a means of transportation faster than almost anyone in
What,
Valaki, because magic's fairly rare. Presumably Stroud can travel faster than this, but like, if we
what,
keep this,
what
we can
level of
outpace
invisibility do we have to pass to make it invisible flying spell?
most. Too high.
I could cast a major image over it.
Turn it into just a flying cloud.
Like hot dog or something.
A high-speed flying cloud.
Magic carpet.
You could, you could try. So you know. Let me ping this. So you know you are.
It's on a map.
You know you are there.
Three of these.
Let me get. There we go. So you are currently here.
Yeah.
So this is Berez. The Waterfane stone circle is here. So you've been like trolling around in this swamp for goodness knows how long, in the ruins of Berez around here. You've just destroyed the hut somewhere down here. The circle is here. Argynvost is way up there. That's where, and you fought the dragon down here. Yeah. Valaki is up there. Yeah.
Only village we've been to, or have we had two towns?
We've also been to
So Barovia village.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Barovia village.
Yes. When we return the star, it'll turn into a beacon of celestial light that illuminates every corner of Barovia.
So Barovia village. Barovia village is here. Yeah. So that's Barovia village. And then you kind of went along here and up there. The west gates, which you came out of when you had been to dinner with Strada, is up there. That's the west gates. Yeah. So Castle Ravenloft, right? So Barovia's here. Barovia village. You all came in over here somewhere. Barovia village is here. Castle Ravenloft is there, and you came out of Castle Ravenloft through the west gate. You went up. There's your windmill. Yeah, so there's your windmill. Then you went up here. Valaki's here. Yeah. And then you went over to the Wizard of Wines, which is over there. Yeah. And there's Yester Hill, where the other fane is. This is the swamps of Berez. Yeah. You've just set fire to a hut, which is now a burning landmark over here. And you didn't do that. You're hovering in a giant skull. And the other fane you've just noticed is there. So you know where the three sites are. There's one here, one there, and one there.
So is Valaki the biggest town in the
So
area?
Valaki's the biggest city. You also know, if you come out, so here's the lake. So that's the Lake
Oh, we need to
Zarovich,
go
which
there
is
to get the water.
There's some sort of mountain
Yep.
pass we have to do as well.
so there is a mountain pass, which is the warg den that you went to when you went rescuing, when you did the Emil and the wolf hunters was up here. Right down here. So when you went down to the Wizard of Wines, you could carry on that road. This is Kresk. So Kresk is like an abbey and a sort of monastery, and that's where that is. Yeah.
Doing some healing. Maybe we'll go to Crest.
I mean,
Yeah, we
we
could do
just
some
want to go
rest.
somewhere and rest.
And somewhere
Presumably that's safe.
You know that there's meant to be a tower, like in a little island, in a lake that was on that map. You know that that's here, or that's where that was marked on that map you got from the wizard. So that's here.
And that's right near Crest.
Yeah, Kresk's there. Wizard Tower's here. Valaki's there. Argynvost is there. And you have got their skull. Argynvost is where the skull technically lives. Not that, that appears to be bothering you.
On a left turn.
Mm-hmm. Where are you heading?
Crest.
I'm just
Crest.
imagining
Okay.
turning the
There's no steering wheels. It's a lot of kind of. See those videos of people with the vision glasses things walking around?
You know that the Zelenska Pass, where Emil was supposed to have been taken, and the Amber Temple is somewhere down here. Yeah. So the wolves were up here, and they had taken Emil right the way as far down and into this mountain range, which is where the Amber Temple is, somewhere down here in this big mountain range. And that was that's where you think that Mr. Zephyr was probably heading, and that's where he had seen his previous monk friend who'd left the monastery, the Zendaren monastery, struggling through the snow. So that's where he's gone to try and find.
I would love a couple of days of downtime if we could.
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, it's cooked. Are you cooked? Yeah. So
If I can get 40
why don't we just do, so we'll, in terms of actual combat and stuff, we'll leave it there this evening, but if you want to just run some downtime and some stuff that you'd like to do for a bit, you can do that, and then tell me where you want to start off next time. So you're currently flying across Vallaki, not in any way intimidating. How high up are you?
I'm torn between either you fly pretty low so you're not really obvious, or you fly real high so you're hard to see.
How is
I didn't do it.
5 people in a bone white, huge dragon skull
Sorry, not obvious. I mean easy to see.
cruising along the ground? Not obvious.
Alright,
How
very,
big is
very
it
high.
size-wise?
Huge.
Like
At the moment, it's
7,000
huge.
feet into the air.
Inconspicuously driving
Feet
up
wise.
and down.
Alright, I think
Well,
we
all
go
5
high.
of you can sit in
We
its
should
sort
be able
of
to match in the sky, I don't think.
looking out of its
big enough, 20
windows.
feet by 20 feet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes, the Lamborghini. there.
It's large,
In that case,
Largely
we'll go
large.
above some clouds if we can, like high up.
high in the mist, high in the
mist,
fog.
high in the
Okay.
fog.
So cruising along. You have no idea whether the people on the ground are noticing, panicking, creating rumours, being generally distressed about the flying dragon's skull that appears to be reports of which.
We should have painted means no harm on the edge of it so people
Or you
weren't
could have a
scared
banner.
of it.
Yeah, a banner.
We're just pulling a banner behind them.
Like one of those
Yeah.
smoke
Election
things.
managers, yeah.
While in terms of downtime, you will all get a long rest before anything else happens anyway. So you can get a long rest. Is there anything else you'd like to be doing in a bit of
I
downtime?
really want to learn how to play the bagpipes.
Okay, so for not very much money, you can, so long as you don't land this thing in Vallaki Town Square, which may cause
We mean you no harm.
some
Do not
consternation.
fear us.
Some consternation. I'm quite happy if you wanted to land this thing on the outskirts of Vallaki and keep an eye on it. I'm not going to get rid of your dragon skull at the minute. And you can go back to the Blue Water Inn. You have rooms there. There's a music shop, a couple of, a silver piece. I mean, they've got some really crappy
Like those
beginner
plastic
recorders.
Yeah.
Yeah, beginner school recorders. That are terrible because they're beginner school recorders rather than you can't play them. If you do, a week's worth of dedicated practice, I would give you proficiency in.
She'll just practice day and night. And
Oh
everyone
yeah,
else.
you're going to torment everybody with your record
Yeah.
practice.
We're
Excellent.
going to spend a week in
Buns.
Vallaki before we go to Crest. Is that
You can have a little bit of. You can have a little bit of.
Shopping.
It's pretty safe. It's the usual thing of everybody's a little bit happy. There's still this odd power vacuum.
I was going to say,
Um,
who's running the town?
Nobody's running the town, but nobody appears to have been arrested recently. There's a sign up saying that there's going to be a meeting, like a caucus. It looks like they're going to try and elect somebody.
The mooch.
There's going to be some form of an election in Vallaki. Who knows what that looks like? But it looks
Probably
like
some assassinations.
yeah, it looks like there's going to be some kind of town hall meeting in the square where they're trying to work out who's going to be in charge. Now you've murderized everybody who was in charge.
What are you talking about? We didn't do anything.
So there are some options. Irina's still knocking around.
We should probably find.
Do we know what branch? You might be able to tell us what branch of monastery that Crest monks are?
They're more than all that.
I think that's supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, are we gonna level up?
You have just leveled up. You are not leveling up again yet.
Oh, come on. Just a little level up.
No, she ran away.
What about a free feat?
Oh, I'll let you have free feet.
Yeah?
You can have
Really?
it. Yeah, why not?
What level are we?
We're level 8 currently.
Wait, we can actually have a free feat?
Yeah.
Yes.
We leveled up in the last session.
Did you not level up?
Oh, yeah. No, it wouldn't have been the last session because we were mid-battle last session.
Oh, sorry.
It was the one before. So you leveled up on your long rest before you took on Baba Yaga.
No, sorry.
Free feat? Fantastic.
Yes, you may have
Wait,
a free
actually?
feet. Yes, actually.
Actually?
Can I, in regards to downtime, read my Tome of Clear Thought?
I'll brew some potions.
Yes.
I want to buy some.
I can apply that now.
You can, if you take that amount of downtime, because I think you have to do X amount of reading in a
It's
very
48
short.
hours of reading within 6 days.
Yeah. So
presumably
if you
Donna
wanted
does
to do
nothing
that
else
and then
for
get
the
over
reading.
your over the exhaustion that you need for the sleeping or doing nothing else, yes, that's fine. You have a week of
Incredible.
downtime.
Fantastic.
So you can read your Time of Clear Thought. You can learn to play. So you can learn to play the recorder.
Yeah.
Everybody else can take psychic damage / other forms of auditory damage, but you gain proficiency in wind and
And
Is it
with
raining or
one
just
other
windy?
feat, that gives me a 20
Smells like
range.
rain.
Is it?
Yeah.
Marvelous.
I thought it smelled like rain before. I was like, no, my brain's making it up. It just wants to rain too.
Okay.
It rained wild.
Oh, it is.
Oh, brilliant.
Malachi, is there anything you would be doing? A week
Oh,
of
yeah.
downtime. Oh,
So,
okay.
So I want to buy a potion of healing to replace the one he used to make, and then also just like have some backup ones for myself.
Okay.
I'm gonna love and leave.
And then I would like to
Okay. No worries.
try. Oh, you're gonna help.
That's fine.
I'm gonna crash before I even get in the
If there's
car.
anything particularly you
I'll let
want
you
to do, just hit me and let me know. You're right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Okay.
just like, I haven't been outside the house for the last 2 months. Like,
'Cause of the heat.
Because of the heat.
Yeah.
Like, I have to still walk down to the main house to go to the bathroom, and that will leave me absolutely knocked out, borderline passing out.
It's just too
It's
humid and
just-
hot. Yeah.
It's just, and it just, my blood pressure and my heart rate just are too.
All over.
all
Drive
over the
carefully.
place. I will.
Thank you for
Once
coming
again,
over.
sorry.
See ya.
That's
See you
okay.
next week.
All right. See you next week.
Are we doing
No worries.
Stride again next week?
Would now be the right time to talk about scheduling for campaigns?
Yeah, can do. Yeah,
My
absolutely.
plan was if we do Strahd,
Just recently been trying to reach out to more sentences about things,
Uh huh.
and I'm not getting through. I might seem to have that same sort of connection, but are you having any similar sort of problems?
Roll. He goes. No. We never have any problem praying to the Morning Lord. Here in Barovia. You can roll. You can roll.
I'm legitimately asking for your help. I'm not trying to test you or
Okay. And he says, well, sometimes it is difficult to establish a connection. I think sometimes from here. Have you only been unable to reach the Morning Lord, or have you also been unable to reach Lathander, the god of light? And he looks at you as if to go, you know that this is like some kind of a dodgy test.
Yeah.
Is it just your connection to the Morning Lord
from
that?
my understanding, it's the
Yep.
Morning Lord is separate from
So your understanding is that the Church of the Morning Lord is the one true branch of the Church of Light.
Yeah, okay. So Lathander is the one.
So Lathander would be what people would call the god of the Church of Light. So in all the other denominations of the Church of Light, that's who they pray to. But as far as you're concerned, the Morning Lord is the, one true branch of the Church of Light. So not quite clear why you would be, why he would be suggesting that. And he seems very uncomfortable. You don't need an insight check to get that.
Do you think I should be reaching out in a different way?
Sometimes if you feel that your connection is not working, then potentially trying the prayers of some of the other denominations may potentially be helpful. It may be reaching through the mists.
Wait, what was this?
Not sure how I feel about that.
What was just said? I missed the
I think
law.
I would take that and then
Yeah.
I'd come
You
back and
distracted
see him
me.
again the next day.
What?
Yep.
Because that's a bit.
Okay.
So
And then I'd go like, yeah, okay, let's.
So
keep
Malachi
going.
went to see Father Lucian, who's
Yeah.
slightly scared of Malachi
Yeah.
because he tends to kill priests that don't do their job properly.
Yeah.
To ask why he can't make a connection to the Morning Lord, and Father Lucian has suggested that has he tried? Is it just the Morning Lord, or has he tried praying to Lathander, who's the god of the Church of Light?
Yeah.
From Malachi's perspective, all the other branches of the Church of Light are clearly fake branches of the church, and the Morning Lord is the one true God.
Yeah.
And Father Lucian's really kind of trying to fudge this sort of, maybe using their other names or some of the prayers of some of the other denominations might work through the mists a bit better. There's obviously something he's really uncomfortable about. He definitely feels that you might any minute now turn around and kill him.
I think after.
So he's
being
quite
out
cagey.
for like 24 hours after
Yep.
he does that, I'd come back and go like, you know what, he could be right. Maybe there's just different ways that get through on these planes that work
Okay.
that make sense.
Yep.
And also like if they're fake and there is no God that these
Yeah.
things work to, the worst thing it's going to do is waste a bit of my time.
Okay.
So I'm going to sit with him and help and do a prayer with him and try to reach out to the
Okay.
I guess, the God.
Roll religion with advantage. He'll give you the help action.
That's a 23.
Okay. With a 23, there's actually like a shimmering light fills the church. Father Lucian just sort of falls to his knees, and a sort of celestial form, translucent but definitely a form of what looks like a blonde-haired elven man with this huge sort of almost fiery halo and outstretched arms. Does not look like your understanding of the Morning Lord, which is much more somebody who is scarred, who has clear faults. This is much more, I suppose, the traditional depiction of the God of the Church of Light. And he goes, Malachi, returning to the church, an interesting choice.
Returning? What are you talking about in Brunei? You were not the Morning Lord that I
You prayed to me and I have answered your prayers. You forsook the church decades ago.
I've been with the Morning Lord my entire life.
As I said, you forsook the Church of Light many, many decades ago. Do you not know what you have become? And you feel this terrible pain in the back of your skull.
Oh shit, I don't know what the hell was that? What are you doing to me?
And standing in front of you is a vision of Cardinal Egerius. And this golden sort of elven figure is standing next. Would this be anyone you recognise?
Yeah, that's my boss.
How well would you say you understand the people that you work for?
Very well. A lot.
And are they treating you well?
They have been pretty much until recently the last news and stuff that I'm not sure about.
And the face of Cardinal Egerius dissolves, and standing in the place of the Cardinal who you've known your entire career as the person who is head of your church on this plane, stands what appears to be a tentacle-faced, purple-skinned creature in long purple robes.
I start backwards and just go, what is that?
This would be the religion that you work for. Have you enjoyed recruiting pilgrims and people to the church? Don't tell me they've not asked you to harvest intellect on their behalf. Did you not think that?
That's where I started to get a bit.
Yeah. Did you not think that was somewhat strange for a church of light, and suddenly all the candles in this church burn, and the stained glass? It's almost like the of like angelic voices. This is overwhelmingly good. Overwhelmingly, you've never felt that. This isn't a hot burning fire. This is a good, powerful good that you've never felt in the church.
I dropped my weight and my knees myself away.
Yeah. So the people that you have recruited and the churches that you have enforced work for the cardinals who take their pilgrims. Now, you've seen the sand figures on the beaches of Markovia, the holy statues on the beaches there that of people who are fleeing when they discover what the Church of the Morning Lord is really about. Are you proud of what you've achieved?
No, it's terrible. What can I do?
After we had a long rest, sorry, to interrupt.
Yeah.
Did we? The aging spell, did that drop
That's
off?
reversed. You're young again.
Alright.
You are now young again. You're back to being 10, and you're relieved about that because being 30 was shit.
Too much responsibility.
Yeah, it was harsh. Yeah, got to.
Also during this game,
Yeah.
what's the same firearms in this setting? Could I either buy or make a hunting rifle?
You can make a hunting rifle.
Wonderful.
There's certainly, if you go to the blacksmith, they've got some metal and things that you could buy for and create.
And then also, just so you know, I'm going to
Yep.
around with my infusions a bit.
Also fine.
Can I
Yep.
go to Blinsky and because
Sure.
Blinsky's in this?
Blinsky is also here. You
Yeah.
can go to see Blinsky.
I want to try and buy some toys with my money that I have now.
Okay, you buying friends?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, I like Blinsky. Okay, we'll go to Blinsky in a second. You can roll some tinkering checks to see how good a high quality rifle you make. Etherdry, is there anything you'd like to be doing?
I'll probably just be back to my old somewhat Gabby out on the street, robbing and drifting.
Oh, setting up your 3 cups and your
that's
fast
it.
cards that you used to do in Midstrand and trying to.
Pocket,
Okay,
back to my old roots, I think.
okay,
Can I use inspiration on that?
yes.
No, I'm going to head off. So,
Okay, no, that's fine. You go and get some sleep.
So,
That's alright.
all right, I'll
No
see
worries.
you guys next week. But
Thank you.
Thank you so much again.
Thanks for rallying.
For what, sorry?
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.